Even the folks are pissed. When's the show? Hope you're doing okay. I'm going to talk about my favourite matches from each era, each pay per view, from each era, from 1987 to 1997. So let's start off with Yard, WrestleMania 3 and Survivor Series. WrestleMania 3, I'll go with the Honky Tonk Man and Randy Savage for the Intercontinental title. Why? Because the match, the finish, everything about that match was so fantastic, was so amazing. The finish, the moves, everything about that match was amazing. Survivor Series 1988, so 87, sorry, you had Honky Tonk Team Honky Tonk Man, Ron Bass, Greg Dan Valentine, Dan Davis, and Hercules against Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage, Buddha Boss Beefcake, need to have a look at that. Give me 2 seconds. Beefcake, yeah, Bob Beefcake, Jake the Stick Roberts, Axel Jim Duggan, Randy Savage, and Ricky Steamboat against Danny Stanley Davis, Ollie Race, Hercules, Ron Bass, and Honky Tonk Man with Jimmy Hart and Bobby Eaton in the corner. This was a great opening Survivor Series elimination match. This was a really fantastic match. Honorable mention, the ladies match that was good. The 5-on-5 tag match was good. 5-on-5 teams match that was good. But this match with Team Honky versus Team Savage, that was fun. That was just the best match of the night. Next up is 1988 WrestleMania 4. Yeah, the tournament. Yeah, the tournament was great, but there's one match I will recommend anybody watching. That is for the tag team titles with Demolition challenging Strikeforce. From start to finish, this match was a fantastic tag team title match. With arguably two of the best teams in that era in Demolition and Strikeforce. Obviously, Demolition walked out with the tag titles, but overall, this was a fantastic tag team title match. The tournament was a fantastic tournament. The Battle Royal was a fantastic Battle Royal, but that match was so good. SummerSlam 1988. I'm gonna go with the tag team title match again, with the Art Foundation challenging Demolition for the tag team titles. The best match of the night. The best match of the year, in my opinion. Demolition Art Foundation had a banger of a match. Survivor Series 1988. There's so many great matches in that Survivor Series, but there's one match I will always recommend anyone. That is a 10-on-10 elimination tag. You had 20 men in one ring. You had Power Pain, the Rockers, the Bulldogs, the Art Foundation, the Young Stallions taking on Demolition, Brainbusters, the Nikolai Volker and his partner, I forgot his name, the Rougeau brothers, and the I don't know what the name is. This went on for 42 minutes and 12 seconds. But that was a fantastic match. With arguably 10 of the 10 decent tag teams in that era. And arguably few of them were former tag team champions. Demolition, All Foundation, Bulldogs, the Brainbusters. And this match was a really banger of a match. I enjoyed it. The ending was such a good ending. I like the ending though, where Mr. Fuji Mr. Fuji turned on Demolition and joined forces with the Powers of Pain, who was a good team, who was a babyface back then, but they turned heel with Mr. Fuji. What a really good tag team, really good Survivor Series elimination match. My favourite Survivor Series match ever. What next up is Royal Rumble 89, sorry. There is one match I always recommend people watching. That is the 2 out of 3 falls 6-man tag with the Art Foundation, Brett Anvil and Axel and Jim Duggan taking on Dino Bravo, the Rougeau brothers, in a 6-man 2 out of 3 falls match. This match was an opening 6-man tag. Arguably the best tag team in Art Foundation, a decent worker in Axel, a decent worker in Dino Bravo, and a decent tag team that back in the Rougeau brothers. This match was a fantastic match. Right. The moves, everything about that match was so fantastic. The Royal Rumble match was good, but the 2 out of 3 fall match was highly recommend. WrestleMania 5. I'm going to go with the main event. The main event with Hulk Hogan challenging his former tag team partner, Randy Savage. The Mega Powers Explode. I would have loved it if Randy Savage retained the belt. I kept it for 1 year. For 1 more year against the Ultimate Warrior, maybe. But overall, this match and the story was fantastic. Next up is SummerSlam 1988. So 89, sorry. The match I will recommend people to watch out of this is the open tag match with the Brainbusters and the Art Foundation. The 6-man tag with the Rockers, the Fabulous, the Rockers and Tino Santana against Tino Martel and the Rougeau brothers. I would recommend them watching that match as well. But the opening match with the Brainbusters and All Foundation, what the best match of the night. That lasted for 16 minutes and 23 seconds. The longest match in that. So I highly recommend that match to any of you non-wrestling, you wrestling fans. Survivor Series 1988. This is one of my. There's so many good matches on this card, but I will go with King's Court, Randy Savage, Earthquake, Dino Bravo, Greg and Valentine versus Jim Duggan, Ronnie Garvin, Bret Hart, Hercules. From start to finish, whatever match. Bret Hart and when Bret Hart and Savage came in the ring, that was a fantastic stare down. And I would love to see something with these two in like 5-6 years after that. But it happened. It is what it is. Overall, a fantastic match and a fantastic pay-per-view. Royal Rumble 1990, sorry. All the matches were good, but I will say the Rumble match was amazing. But all the matches. What can I say about them? About the matches? About the card, but I will say but the Rumble match was good, but also, excuse me, but the the match with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and excuse me, with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Big Boss Man, two big men going at it. Very, but this is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. But that match with Duggan and Bossman, also the Rumble match, my favorite pay-per-view of the year, favorite matches of the year. Excuse me. WrestleMania 6. I'm not gonna go with Hogan and Warrior. I'm gonna go. I'll go with Hogan and Warrior. That what I don't have. Hogan and Warrior. Hogan and Warrior. Yeah. Excuse me. Hogan and Warrior. I don't like him, Neville. I didn't like, but this was a really good match with arguably two of the big names in the era, Hogan and Warrior. Would I have changed it? Yeah, we'll put Savage and Warrior instead of Hogan. I would have had Hogan have a year off, do a movie, something like that. And maybe enter the Royal Rumble 91 and win it. But it is what it is. Next up is SummerSlam 1990, sorry. The match with Demolition and Our Foundation. The match they had 12-4 for tag titles. The match was just so damn good. The match, the finish, everything about that match was fantastic. The twist where Axe came in to help to replace Smash, I think, to help Crush, and the Warriors came out to help Arts and that. Overall, a fantastic match. Next up, Survivor Series 1990. I wasn't so keen on this Survivor Series match pay-per-view, but I will say the match I enjoyed was the Rick Martel, the Warlord, the Vision versus the Vipers. I enjoyed that match. I very enjoyed that match. Royal Rumble 1991. That is my favorite. What my favorite personal favorite pay per view of the year. All the matches were so good, but I will pick three of them. The opening match with the Rockers and Orient Express, Bossman versus the Barbarian, and the Rumble match itself. Bossman and the Barbarian had a fantastic matchup. Two of the best big men in that era. WrestleMania 7, arguably this was a decent, arguably a good WrestleMania. There are so many good matches. I enjoyed the Rockers versus the Barbarian, all cool. The tag title match with Us versus Nasty Boys. The retirement match with Savage Ultimate Warrior. The Bossman versus Mr. Perfect match for the IC title. They are the matches I enjoyed more. But out of all of them, I enjoyed the Warrior Savage retirement match because of the ending with Miss Elizabeth reunited with Randy Savage. WrestleMania SummerSlam 1991. No question about it. The Intercontinental match with Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. That's better. The match with Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart for the Intercontinental. No, that match was so good. Even Mr. Perfect had a bad back, but him and Bret Hart had a fantastic match. The Jailhouse match, that was a fun match. The tag title match with LOD and Nasty Boy, very good match. The $1 Million Man Virgil, very good match. I liked the wedding. Not the thing where they say the vows, but the reception. It's not on the network, it's not on the Netflix, but it's on the YouTube and YouTube video. What I liked about the reception, is the ending of it. Where Randy Savage and Mr. Elizabeth will open the gifts, and out of the gift was a snake. I'm not a fan of snakes, but this was a great ending. With Jake the Snake Roberts getting the snake and Randy Undertaker hitting Savage on the back of the head with the urn, and Jake the Snake Roberts tormenting Miss Elizabeth with the snake. And out of nowhere, here comes Sid Vicious to make the save for the wedding, and overall a great ending on the video and the DVD. And you can watch it on YouTube. Thank God. Great ending of a decent SummerSlam. Survivor Series 1991. I'll say this. The opening matchup with Bret, Bulldog, Virgil and Piper versus Ric Flair, Teddy DiBiase, the Mountie and the Warlord. I can watch that match every day of the week, every day, and never get bored. I can watch that whole pay-per-view and never get bored of it from start to finish. I absolutely love that pay-per-view. I love the era of wrestling, and that is my favorite match of that show. Tuesday in Texas. I love the match. I like the fight with Savage and the match fight with Savage and Jake. I like the Intercontinental match with the Bret versus Skinner. Also, I like the tag match with Virgil and Santana taking on DiBiase and Repo Man. I like them all, but them my favorite matches. Rumble 92. You know, there weren't a bad match with this one. I love the match itself. I love the open matchup with the Rockers versus Orient Express. I love the tag title match with the LOD versus the Natural Disasters. I like them all, but they're my favourite match. WrestleMania 8, I like the title match with Brett and Piper. The open match with Tito Santana and Shawn Michaels. And obviously the ref title match with Ric Flair and Randy Savage. SummerSlam 92 in Wembley Stadium. The open match with LOD DiBiase and Errol Shyster. The ref title match with Savage and Warrior. And what I like about this match is that the story before that is that we all thought who corner was Mr. Perfect was going to be in. Savages or Warriors. In the match itself, we all thought it was Savage and or Warrior. It was nobody, but it was so good that we all thought it would be Warrior or Savage, but no, it was brilliant though, what they did with that story. Obviously, I like the Intercontinental match with Brett and Bulldog. I didn't like Survivor Series 92. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna skip this one. But the one match I did like though is the Savage and Mr. Perfect versus Razor and Ric Flair. That was a decent tag match. Royal Rumble 93. I like the Rumble match. I like the open tag match with the Belly Bullers and Steiners. I like the WF Tara match with Razor and Brett. I liked that. I like all the matches on this card. I like all. So I'm not. But the one match I will give credit. That was the Rumble match. Oh, from start to finish, that was a great Rumble. WrestleMania 9, sorry. I just liked a couple of matches. The open match with Tatanka and Shawn. The tag match with Standable and the end scrunchies. I like the Lex Luger and Mr. Perfect match. That's about it. I watched the key on that one. King of the Ring 93. I liked them all. I like the tournament. I like the Intercontinental match. I liked them all, but I like the first open match with Brett and Razor. SummerSlam 94 3. I like the Intercontinental match with Razor with Shawn and Mr. Perfect. I like the open match with DiBiase and Razor. The last match ever for DiBiase in the WF ring. Survivor 93. I was keen on this one. Was keen on it. Although I like the twist. I like the thing with Owen and Brett where Owen turned heel a little bit. Rumble 94. The Rumble itself. Some match was good, but this one was good. WrestleMania 10. The open matchup with Brett and Owen. King of the Ring. The Intercontinental champion versus the WF champion. Diesel versus Brett. That was a good match. Brett and Diesel, they never had a bad match. The King of the Ring, 94. Royal Rumble 95. Survivor Series 95. They never had a bad match when they faced each other. So, Diesel, Kevin Nash Diesel, he wasn't a bad performer. Just with the right people, he need to have decent matches with Shawn, with Brett, Taker, Razor. And then four he had decent matches with. And so So when he get going with them four, it was a decent match. And Diesel, Kevin Nash, Diesel as a person, is one hell of a nice person. As a personal, as a personal one, who I've met him this year. I've got to say, Kevin Nash in person, Diesel, top notch. And as a wrestler, he wasn't a bad performer. It just needed to be with the right people, I think. Well, yeah, sometime 1994. I love the Icot match with Razor and Diesel. I love the match with Luger and Tatanka, a twist where we all thought that Lex Luger sold out, but no, it was Tatanka all along. A great twist of that great story. Then you had the classic cage match with brother versus brother for the WF title. Bret Hart versus Owen for the title inside of a 15-foot ice steel cage. From the start to the match, to the finish, to the attack from Anvil and Owen to the family, to the Bulldog, to Bret, everything about that was just fantastic. Survivor Series 1994. I had an open matchup with the Team Bad Guy with Razor, Sabu, Sione, Montevique, Bulldog against the Teamsters, Razor, Diesel, Jeff Jarrett, Owen Hart, Anvil, Shawn Michaels. Very good match, very good Survivor Series matchup. That is all, folks, for my favourite matches from 95, from that 88. I'm gonna skip to 9. I'm gonna do continue with this tomorrow, from 1997 until 2008. No, 2000. No. Start again. I'm gonna continue this from 1996 tomorrow to 2010. Until then, folks, have yourself a good day. Good night.